Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be reviewing the T-34 shield. This was a tank that you were able to achieve for completely free for logging onto the game one time for 10 days. You were able to get 10 parts each day for 10 days to get 100 parts to be able to unlock this tank for completely free. It was just a little thing you redeemed in the shop, and then that thing started every single day for the next 10 days. If you logged in, you would be able to get this tank for free. So I logged in every day and got this tank for free a day or two ago, and I will say this is a really nice tank. I think this is a pretty great tier 5 premium tank. I'm having a lot of fun in it, and that's kind of nice because there's not that many times I play tier 5, and it's still a lot of fun to play because obviously there's a lot of newer players to the game, and if you know what you're doing, you can really go around wrecking people, so it can be a lot of fun. But yeah, this is a pretty good premium tank, I would say, for tier 5. It seems decent to me, at least, I would say, and I'm really glad Wargaming decided to just give this out. And so it's just basically the T-34, the Russian tier 5 medium tank, just basically with a little extra armor. That's really all this tank is. A little extra armor. I can't tell if it's a little faster or not. It feels a little smoother than the other tank, and to me it feels like it has a little more gun depression. I'm not sure. I really should have checked the stats probably before this video, but that's kind of what it seems like to me, and it seems like a pretty decent premium tank. And since you are, of course, tier 5, if you are more experienced, you're probably not going to play the tank too much. Obviously, it's a tier 5 tank. I'll probably just play this few times, have some fun in it, and then probably not play it again for a while and not play it too much after that. But if you're newer to the game and you just, recently got the game and you have 0 premium tanks so far, well, you would have at least one, the Grizzly. But you really no premium tanks so far, and no high tier premium tanks. I would say high tier is like tier 7 or up. And this would just be something you could get completely for free. This would be a really nice tank to have because it's quite good, I would say. I mean, you can see the tank over there has pretty, pretty decent armor. If you shoot the turret most of the time, it will bounce in a lot of tanks. And of course, when you're top tier, which is quite a few times when you're in a tier 5 tank, you can actually bounce quite a few times. But it's not insane armor or anything like that, but the gun is really good on the tank. I would say the gun is pretty good on this tank, and it's decently mobile, I would say, so it can work quite well. But yeah, so I would say there's one thing that annoys me a lot, and it's when people say that Wargaming never gives out free tanks. This is a perfect example. This was something that Wargaming, I mean, they do it before. We'll have another tank, I believe. There's a tank coming out for, you'll be able to get completely for free during the Christmas time, when you can like redeem those things just for logging on once, and you get a bunch of rewards for free. This was something that, obviously, like I said, you could get completely for free, and it wasn't even an event or anything like that. This was just a random thing Wargaming did. And there are a lot of events where Wargaming gives out a lot of free premium tanks. I mean, we just had one for the Twister season, or I guess it's called Blitz Cup now, where you could get one of the 3 most OP premium tanks at tier 8 in the entire game. I mean, the Progetto, the Action X, or the Centurion Mark V. I mean, those are the 3 best tier 8 premium tanks, basically. And you could get either one of those for completely free. So yeah, there's a lot of other events where you can get free tanks all year long, and of course there is the Christmas event coming up, which obviously if you play enough, you can get a free snow globe in, and that free snow globe has 7,500 gold, OP tier 8 premiums, OP tier 10 premiums, has the Smasher in it last year. I mean, there's a lot of rewards, and it's a 100% chance to get at least one of those. So there are so many things where gaming gives out these free premium tanks and free rewards, and I think a lot of people complain a lot more than they should about, the game being pay to win. Like, sure, it is pay to win, let's be honest. The Smasher is pay to win tank. It's not a complete pay to win game, I would say. If you can still do quite well being free to play, if you know how to play the game, you can still do quite well. I generally mostly play obviously at tier 10, there's really not that many premium tanks. I really only play tech tree tanks. And if you can get to tier 10, you can be obviously literally the best player in the game without one premium tank. That I don't think is a pay-to-win game. Now, there are pay-to-win aspects to the game, of course, and the lower down in those tiers, like tier 7, is kind of a pay-to-win tier. If you're new to the game and you're playing these stock tanks, you're just going to get murdered by Smashers, Annihilators, all that sort of stuff. And yeah, that's not going to be fun. I do think that should be fixed and stuff. But there are still a lot of opportunities to get these great premiums from usually around tier 5 to like tier 8 is where usually a lot of the free ones are, and those are some fun tiers to just earn a lot of credits in and just mess around in it and have some fun in a premium tank, or do quite well in the tank for stat grinding or something like that. So yeah, I do think Wargaming gives out a lot of free premium tanks and a lot more free stuff than a lot of games I've seen do, especially a mobile game or something. I feel like, or especially more than like World of Tanks PC. World of Tanks PC is way more pay to win than World of Tanks Blitz, so I will say that it's much more pay to win. We probably have the better version of the game. If the graphics were the same as PC and we had the same tanks as PC, man, this game would be so much better than PC. Because there's a lot of issues with that game, with the stuff like the crew and all that sort of things. But yeah, T-34 Shielded, great tank, I would say. We can I'll commentate over this last game here because I pretty much ran out of things to talk about. But yeah, about a 6.9 second reload on the tank, as you can see. 160 alpha on the tank, decent armor, decent mobility, and if you can play it, decently, you can rip through a lot of these other tanks. Not sure what that Leo was shooting at right there. He kind of just shot the rock. Not sure where that shot went at all. I was pretty sure that was aimed in on the Leopard. Can't quite pin this guy with HE. He is bouncing quite a few of his shots, so he doesn't get too much damage out into us, and we are able to get a shell into him. This T30, or not T34, this Duke G up here, we're going to get a nice high roll into 196 damage, bringing him down to a one shot. He gets taken out by our A20, and now this Matilda B back here, we're going to get a nice shot into as well, bringing us up to about 1300 damage. So we're going to try to reload up here, and you can see the tank maneuvers around quite well, and we're able to pick up that kill with the pretty decent reload, like I said. Another Leopard over here, we're going to pull around, get a shot into him, 175, leaving him on a one-shot. This guy, obviously, like I said, we have pretty decent armor, so we bounce every single shot from that Leopard, fortunately. Wouldn't normally bounce that, I feel like, but I don't think he was the, best at the game. So really just this PZ left here. There is an AFK B1 over there, but we will get to him later. This PZ4D up here has been camping the whole game, and we get him down to a one-shot here. And thankfully, I can hide behind this A20. This A20, like, bounces all his shells this game, but the most effective thing he did this game was just block me from dying right there. So thanks, A20. So you can see this B1 over here now is AFK, of course, and this Matilda BP is funny. He's like, you're stanky, to that PZ over there. Wasn't happy at that PZ. But yeah, we are going to go over to this B1 over here, who has a nice juicy 620 alpha, no, HP left on him. KV1 is going to start picking away at this guy, and unfortunately here we are going to pull up to this shot right here. We're going to shoot, and then boom, it hits the track of our A20, so it does 0 damage. Pretty unfortunate right there, but we're able to get one more shot into the B1 before that KV1 takes him out, or actually the Headster takes him out. So yeah, T-34 Shielded, great tank, I would say, pretty decent tier 5, and just a, decent tank for Wargaming to give away for free. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.